How's it going, everybody? Rob here, back with another video. And, well, we are going to, talk about the last episode of Fallout from Amazon Prime. The beginning, episode 8. Oh boy, did this... Where do I begin with this episode? I guess, to try not to spoil too much, we do find out the real truth behind Vault-Tec, what happened during the beginning of the bombs dropping, their involvement, so to speak, as well as why they did what they did, as well as finding out that Hank McClane, Lucy's father, was from the past. He was, there 200 years ago, before the bombs dropped. And we even find out that he has been involved in a lot of disgusting acts. Well, more particularly in terms of a complete and utter genocide. But again, I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. I ask you guys to go check out the episode. We have, in a sense, Maximus or Max meeting back up with their Brotherhood, and then going to war with Moldaver. Lucy finally reaching her destination with Moldaver and finding out not only the truth, but becoming conflicted of what she's been trying to do for the longest time. So, all in all, it's been a really emotional and heart-wrenching episode. I guess, actually, if anything, screw it. I'm going to talk about it. I need to talk about it, because there is a lot to talk about with this episode. So, I'm going to say this right now. If you guys have not watched the episode, go watch it, because I'm going to be talking about it. So, like I said, the truth behind Vault-Tec has been found out. First off, Norm uncovers what happens in Vault 31. Apparently, everyone from Vault-Tec, or at least that worked in Vault-Tec, is in hibernation at this point, or at least has been for the past 200 years. Every single manager, upper level employee, everyone in hibernation in Vault 31, including Betty, who we see a younger version of in one of the flashbacks. Also, in this episode, we uncover, the final pieces of, I guess, at this point in time, the past, where you have Cooper spying on his wife using the earpiece and listening into a meeting with the other, I guess, managers of the different companies, only to find out that not only were they coming up with the ideas for the experimentations for the vault, but also they were involved. I will say this: it's kind of interesting because I think in Fallout 4, it's kind of addressed who dropped the first bomb. But for the show, and by the way, I'm gonna count this as its own thing, its own lore. But apparently, in this version, Vault-Tec, not Fallout, Vault-Tec, they're the ones that dropped the first bomb. Because in this point, the only way to keep their business afloat, as well as continue with the the production of the vaults, was to create a catastrophe of their own. And I'm gonna say this: when you hear that, it is, it's hard to listen to. To think that, again, these people, I mean, it kind of makes sense considering, again, they were talking to the other companies about experiments on these individuals that are inside the vault. So I shouldn't second guess it, but. Anyway, so Norm finds out the truth. Lucy, again, after finding Moldaver, does find out about the truth with from Moldaver. Not only that, but also finding out that her father, uh, finding out that that Lucy's mom, Rose, had taken the children when they were young to the surface. Took the kids back and proceeded to bomb Shady Sands, the city that has been referenced a couple times in the show, and the original home for Max or Maximus. The Brotherhood show up, start attacking. Cooper, as the ghoul, shows up, does a bit of damage on his own, and everything comes together when Max shows up. And which, by the way, also the reason that Moldaver wanted the doctor to come by is because she was perfecting her cold fusion, which, thanks to Lucy, as well as a code that she gets from Hank, she's able to activate it and light up the entire city. Eventually, during the big battle between Moldaver's people and the Brotherhood, Max shows up and unknowingly unlocks the door of the cage for Hank, only to find out that he's the one that destroyed his home. And not Moldaver, Hank, after a suit of armor just walked in on its own. Well, actually, technically not. The guy had lost his head. But Hank takes the armor for himself and knocks out Max, though presumed dead by Lucy. So Lucy almost shoots Hank, only for Hank to get shot by the ghoul. And I love the little confrontation where for this, and which, by the way, towards the beginning of the episode, we see Hank younger, basically fanboying over Cooper, and them reuniting is kind of funny, where he's like, "Hey, you want another autograph?" and quotes one of his movies, and the look on Hank's face, like, "Oh shit, this guy's still alive," was great. And at this point, the ghoul wants, Cooper, all he wants is to ask one simple question: where's his family? Now, I don't think we saw what happened to his family through this entire season, so maybe for the next season they give us some answers of what happened to his family. Only time will tell. But in the end of this episode, you have the ghoul and Lucy going out on their own to hunt down Hank. You have Max, who was not dead but alive, wakes up to find Moldaver die, but also activate the cold fusion, which powers the entire city, or the ruins of the city. And everybody from the Brotherhood assumes that he's the one that killed her. And towards the very end, we also have Hank, who is walking through the desert and uncovers New Las Vegas. So, holy crap. This is interesting. I'm going to say, this has been very, very interesting. And if there is a season 2, and I'm hoping there's a season 2, it's going to be awesome. I feel like it is going to be very, very awesome. And I am so looking forward to whatever comes next. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and give my final rating for this show, give my episode rating, and give my show rating. I think with this episode, I'm going to give it an 8. I don't want to go over the top and say just give it a 10. But all in all, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to what comes next. and I'm glad that some of the things that been kind of hinted at, we finally have a conclusion. So at this point now, we just gotta wait and see if and when we get a season 2. Now for the entire show. Okay, that I've enjoyed almost every single episode. Actually, if anything, all the episodes. It's had its humor, it's had its action, it's just the characters themselves, fun, funny, scary, whole variety of attributes for each character. Really, really got me excited for watching everything that was going on. And above all, I'm gonna say, besides me playing the games, was a very fun Fallout experience. So with that show review, or at least show rating for final rating, the show itself, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I absolutely enjoyed this season of Fallout, and I am looking forward to whatever comes next. So that is my review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything you'd like to add, please leave in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you guys want to follow us on any of our other content, it's all in the description down below, or all of our stuff. Please follow our other content as well as our weekly podcasts. And I will hopefully, thinking about the next show that I want to review. It's based on another game that I really enjoyed, but have been reluctant to watch it due to certain choices with its sequel, and I'm actually not looking forward to what comes next with its season 2, considering again what choices were made for the second game. So in the future, please look forward to me doing reviews of Last of Us Season 1. I am really looking forward to checking that out, or at least fully checking that out. And hopefully you guys enjoy the experience as well. So with that being said, this is Rob signing off. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you guys next video.